All right, so we're back to our Monday night business training. And what I think I want you guys to know more than anything tonight in particular, I want this to set you free from any shackles that are holding you back from being the leader you need to be. And you're like, Jen, I'm not a leader till I have at least 100 people on my team. And I just want you to hear me say this. I want leadership to become something that's in your DNA. I want you to actually splice it in because it's not just about plexus, it's actually about everything in your life. And I know that a huge struggle for me. So let's say you're brand new and you're on here and you're like, okay, what's this whole business training about? I want you to hear this. In my first year with Plexus, I know for a fact the biggest thing that held me back was I didn't tell people the truth. I was too afraid because I thought I was unqualified. I was like, who am I? Everything started with that. Who am I to say? Who am I to tell them? Like I would think it. I'd be like, what a quitter. Or way to not do what you said you're going to do. Like I would say all this stuff, which turns out I was like gossiping in my head. If I had just been honest and said, hey, I need to say this. I'm sure you didn't intend to not keep your promise, but you said, and fill it in the blank. Or I could have said something like, hey, it's so easy to quit. So I see you quitting and I get it, but it's a lot of work to actually achieve results. And you are the kind of person I think that could do that. Why would I not say that? It's scary. I won't lie. I'm peeing a little when I do it, but this is what greatness looks like, guys. This is what doing the thing. It's serving, it's loving, it's saying the thing. So that's why we're focused on crucial conversations. And I always ask God, I'm like, God, here's the topic I want to talk about. Now, who is going to do it? And he always like sends me a picture of someone. And tonight, it was literally the simplest thing ever because as soon as I had the thought, immediately I thought of two people. I saw Sullivan, who you're going to love, and I saw Brianne Coolidge because Brianne can say things so direct and yet with like a tone in her voice that you're not mad. And then says it, and I feel like she lit my soul on fire. So I'm like, those are my ladies, and lucky for me, they said yes, and lucky for you, they said yes. So we're going to get started. I'm going to pass this over to Emerald Sullivan, and she's going to share about having crucial conversations as a leader. And I'm going to mute myself.
Yay. Okay. Thank you, Jen. I'm super excited to be here and to share some of these things. At first I was a little nervous. I was like, oh goodness, what are we talking about here? But I got super conversations I have with people getting started and why they're important. And the reason why I think that this is even more important is because just like Jen said, this is about life. It's not just about plexus. And so many times when if you are hesitant, it will tell you some kind of lie that you are believing about either your leadership or who you are or why, like she said, you're not qualified to share this. So I'm going to touch a little bit about some crucial conversations I think are important, why I think they're important, and the lies that we're going to debunk in the process. Okay. So, I think that I'm going to give you some practical, actual conversations, some literal things you can say to people, verbiage I use that I feel like works for me. But we're also going to, like I said, to say these, okay? So I think that we all can agree that we are here to serve other people. You're here because you love these products and you want to share them with others. You want other people to find success. And so with that being said, we want to make sure that we give people all of the tools that they need, all of the encouragement they need, all of the opportunity to have the best success that they can with these products. Okay. And so setting them up for that is success is important to know a few things. All right. So why do we hold back on sharing these things? So some of the important things I'm going to mention are asking people for a shout out post, letting them know about referral bonuses, and asking them. Okay. Now, the reason why I think these are important, I'm going to get to, but I'm going to tell you why I think we hesitate sharing these things. I realized this recently. I think that many times we think either in order for them to have success, we have to suffer. And so the fact that we're making money off of them having success with their products, that doesn't feel right. We have been conditioned to believe that one person gets something good, someone else has to pay for it. Somebody else must be struggling in order for them to get something good. So we think if they have success and I'm making money, well, then I must be taking something from them. That is not true. Let us debunk that lie right now, because the beautiful thing about this business is that when you coach somebody on their products and they have success, you will earn something from that. Win, win, win all around. But we have to recondition ourselves that this is such a beautiful thing, and that nobody has to struggle. Nobody has to suffer in this scenario. It doesn't have to be me versus them or products versus the business. We can help them be successful, and we can be successful in the process. Okay. So I think that's one of the big reasons why we hesitate to point these things out to people. So let's get started on some of those conversations, why they're important. So to me, I think asking people for a shout out post is super, super important. And here are some of the reasons why. One, it's a very easy way to share with them about the referral bonuses. It's the reason why is because literally when somebody puts it out there that they're on a health journey, there is like a switch that flips in their mind that they believe this is possible for them. When they say it out loud, they believe that these products can possibly help them. You know, people will talk about somebody having the will to live and how literally they will see better results if they have that desire. When they say these things out loud, when they put it out there publicly, they are more likely to succeed. Case in point, if you are here and you have either helped somebody get started, or you have shared the products, or you with one person even, or you've posted a shout out post, drop like a 2 in the comments here, or raise your hand. Literally, I can see most of you. Raise your hand if you have shared with at least one person or helped somebody get started. Raise your hand. Now, if you are still taking your products and being consistent, raise your hand or drop a 4 in the comments. Okay. In my 3 years with Plexus, my experience says that if somebody helps a friend get started, they are more likely to stick with their products. So if you want your friend to be successful and to really find all that they can from their products, you will help them fear of speaking out that they're on a journey, because their belief will kick in to say, get that hope. We want to water those seeds of hope, the hope that possibly they can see results, that this can be the thing that they've been waiting for, that you are here to cheer them on and to help them, all of those things. So we want to water those seeds of hope. And so this is how I will say to somebody, hey, something that we have everyone do is a shout out post. And there's 3 main reasons. One, it will really help your friend or me, if I'm the one who signed them up. It will really help me with my business, and I really appreciate that. Number 2, Plexus has an amazing referral program for every, oh, am I fading out? For every single person that you help get started, you get $30. If you help 3 people get started, you get an extra $100 on top of that. If you help 3 people in your first 30 days, you get an extra $100 on top of that. This is basically free money that Plexus is offering to you. So that's the second reason. The third reason is literally you will have this switch flip in your brain if you are willing to put it out there. If you're willing to tell somebody, hey, I'm getting started on a health journey and I am excited, you are more likely to have results. I tell people that straight up, and most people are like, oh, wow, you're right. Now, most people will do the shout out because you told them to, and because now they're excited about it. If for some reason they say, you know what, I really want to wait, I'm not sure about it, this is what I tell people. Let's talk about these crucial conversations. I say, that's fine if you want to wait. I totally understand. One person who doesn't live in your house that you're getting started on a health journey. And if they're hesitant, I say, do you really want to see results? Are you committed to seeing results? You have to speak it out loud. You have to tell somebody that you're excited. What are you excited for? What are your goals? You have to let them know you're getting started on something, because literally, you guys, this will help them find success. So that's how I have that shout out post conversation. And that's why I think it's so important to let them know that this is available. Now, I mentioned the referral bonus in the shout out. The reason why I think that we do people a disservice by not sharing this with them is because right now Plexus has fast start going on. You guys, this was not the program is the bomb. It's completely able, and it is a huge blessing to people. And literally, like we're saying, it's essentially free money that Plexus is putting on the table. And so if we want people to be able to have access to that and to this extra $100, we have to let them know right away. Because otherwise, when that 30 days passes, it's too late. They've lost that chance at the fast start. Okay. So I'm sorry if I'm freezing. I could try to get onto my phone here really quick. But I feel like, should I be getting onto my phone? Some people are saying they can hear me, some are not. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going.
Every so often you freeze up, but then it comes right back. So it's really, I mean, I'm getting some nuggets, but yeah.
Okay, all right. Then I'm just gonna keep going because I don't want to lose my. So important. The other thing is, if you feel nervous about sharing this with people, like, you have to shake that off. Okay. Stop buying that lie that if they are, I think that we think, okay, well, this is really just about them helping my business. And that means I'm asking them this huge favor. No, no, no. This is going to help them too, because one, they're getting this bonus, they're getting their products covered. And remember that switch that is going to flip in their brain of belief, where they will see better results if they do this. Win, win, win all around. Stop believing the lie that if they start sharing this, that means you're somehow doing them a disservice. No, win, win, win. Okay. I also wanted to I'm just looking at my notes here because I can get excited and then go off. Another thing is we have to stop taking it personally if somebody says no to this, okay? We are being professional by giving them all the information. I like to say that my job is to lay it all out there for you, and your job is to decide what is the best fit for you, okay? So when I am recommending a pack to somebody, I always recommend to them at least one 109 pack and at least one $209 pack. Sometimes people get nervous to mention those big packs, but quite honestly, that big pack is the best bang for their buck. I joined with one of those big packs because I'm cheap. I'm a price per pound shopper. And I was like, legit, that is a good deal. I'm going to buy that. I don't know where I'm getting the money, but I'm buying that one, the big one. Okay. So if you want to save people money, you will tell them about the big pack. Okay. But also it shows people the value that they are really getting in these products, that the 109 is an amazing deal, but also the 209 is an even better deal. Best bang for their buck. Okay. So sharing those things, but we get hesitant, like as though their opinion is somehow they know more than us. Let me just say something. Even if you've been here for 2 days, who's been here longer, them or you? You have. You're the one with experience. You're the professional in the conversation. And so make sure that you're rocking that confidence. Whatever you got to do beforehand, put on some music to, put on Rocky or something, like get yourself like, okay, I am here. I'm a professional. I'm a network marketer. I'm in this business. Or even if you're just trying to share with some friends, like I am sharing with my friends because it's going to help me and it's going to help them. Win, win, win all around. Okay. Super important. All right. So these lies that we believe about somebody has to be suffering, either me or them. No, let's break that. All right. Also, that we think, well, I really want to get someone started with the products first. If I share the business, it doesn't have products versus business. Same thing. It doesn't have to be me versus them having success. It can be both. And products and business, it can be both. They can find success in both. And if they decide they don't want to share, that is okay. But it's our job, again, to put all of the options out there and their job to choose what's best for them. So if somebody says no to me about something, I say, no problem. I am here to support you on your journey. Okay. So these are the things that you can share with people. You don't have to take it personally. It's not about you. It's about them and what they're willing to do. And maybe they're not willing to commit to themselves right now. That's okay. So that's the next thing I'll say is I straight up ask people when they get started, we get on a welcome call. I say, are you committed to seeing results? Because it's one thing for me to tell them you need to be committed for 30, 60, 90 days, whatever it is, but to actually ask them, are you committed? What are your goals? Are you committed to following them through and to seeing it happen? And for them to say, yes, I'm committed, that's a totally different thing than just telling them. So asking people that question, because if they're hesitant, is say, what's holding you back? Why are you hesitating? Why do you feel like what's going on here? And you can have a conversation about why they feel nervous or why they're afraid to commit. Okay, Plexus has given us all of the tools with the referral program, with the perks program. They've given us everything we need to set people up for success. This team, the systems that are in place, we have every single thing we need to set people up for success. Trust the process. Trust the fact that you are the expert over them. And if you're not sure about something, you have your direct upline, you have your closest emerald, your closest diamond. We have so many people around us who can give us all kinds of information. So I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything that I'm super excited about. I guess my last thing that I will say is stop sabotaging yourself and them. Okay. Stop sabotaging your own growth by not allowing them to be successful, by not sharing all the information, by not allowing them to get their products covered, go silver, and maybe blow up with this business. Okay. You're sabotaging them and you are sabotaging yourself in the process. The beauty of this business, especially with this company that we have in Plexus, is that everybody benefits. When they find success with their products, this is going to change their life. Okay. When they stick with their products and they continue to be someone who's ordering from you 3, 5, 10 years down the road, that changes your life too. And when they then start sharing this with friends, it's continuing to just change more and more and more lives. So if you're here to change somebody else's life, it is so important for you to step out there, give them the information necessary. You don't have to throw it up all over them, but use some of those key phrases. This is free money that Plexus is putting on the table, right? We need your belief, that switch to committed to results. And then, like Jen said, these are things you can go back to them later when they're starting to get nervous about everything. And you can say, hey, remember that you said you were committed to seeing results? Let's talk about maybe we need to change up your regimen. Maybe we against what these products are trying to do in your body. So my thing is staying unstable. So I will end it there. Thank you guys so much for listening. Be confident. You are here because you have something to share with people. You are already a success story. Now it's your turn to help your friend be a success story too. Back to you, Jen.
Okay, so a couple things I want to say to you. I heard this story from my friend Debbie. She said that she signed up a girlfriend when she sold makeup with a company in the past, and she was too afraid to say anything about the business. It just scared her. She didn't want to do it. And she went ahead and built an incredible business, never telling her friend because she didn't want to offend her, bother her, annoy her. And then one day her friend said, I always felt like there was something wrong with me that you never asked me to do this with you. And man, what a crazy shift of perspective, because she felt like I didn't want to annoy my friend or make her feel used, but instead she made her feel devalued. So that's one thing that went through my mind. Gosh, Allie. And the other one was when you said stop sabotaging them by not allowing them to have success. And I'm like, oh my gracious. It's one of those things where it's like, we're not showing people the best part of the shopping experience. It's like, oh no, but you got to ask to look behind this curtain. That's not how this works. We're supposed to open the curtain and say, this is really fun. Like, this is, and I can help you. Like, I'll help you shop. So, anyhow,
Can I? Somebody recently, they came and they said, I want to know about your system, meaning your products. And this is someone that I was kind of scared of. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is somebody who's coming to me and they're intimidating me. And literally I paused. Wait a second. She asked me for my system. My system isn't just products. That's not how I've had amazing health results. It's not why my life has changed because of products alone. That's a big part of it. But it's products, it's accountability, it's community, it's sharing this with people. That's my system. And so remember that when people come to you or they say yes to you, they're saying yes to the whole package. They just don't know yet what the whole package is until you tell them, until you lead them into it. So just have confidence in that. They're saying yes to you, not just to like tell them what that is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to make it a t-shirt that's like, they want to hear about the whole package. That's what they want to hear about, the whole package. And that's just the truth of the matter, guys. We cannot let our insecurity become a detriment to someone else. And so I guess you have to ask yourself, is it better to say it with a shaking voice or awkwardness than not to say it at all? And eventually, over time, you practice and you're just going to get better. Okay. So I'm really loving this. I'm feeling this. And this is probably very hard for some of you that might be introverted or peacemakers. If you're someone that's like, this is so uncomfortable for me, that's okay. That's actually great. I hope it is uncomfortable because everything uncomfortable creates results. Like AKA a crunch or a lunge. Like those are horrible and I hate them. However, they do create results. So think of this as like your business crunches. Okay. So now, Brianne, let's move over to you and talk. Allie, that was amazing. Let's talk about, and I wonder if you have any perspective on this. Now that you've got someone in, they're working a business and they start to falter and they're like, but in my team and nobody, and I'm not, and I can't, and ooh, and I quit, all of that. Then how do you hold them in that crucial conversation? Do you have examples of that without saying any names? I'm going to mute myself. Brianne, if you want to go ahead and take over.
All right. First of all, I am here for this conversation because I am a 2. If you all study the Enneagram, I'm a 2. I love people. I wish that we could sit in like a huge circle and just sing Kumbaya. So when somebody comes to me and they're like, no, I don't want this, or they start ghosting me, or I'm like in the hard conversations, y'all, I want to run. Like, and people on my team can tell you at the beginning, I did not talk about this stuff. I didn't talk about the business. If somebody came to me with an excuse, drop a 1 in the comments if you've ever had somebody come to you with an excuse. Oh, I couldn't take my pink drink today. Life got a little bit busy. Well, I didn't have time to hop on the Zoom. My baby was crying. I mean, y'all, there are excuse after excuse after excuse. Drop a 2 in the comments if you've ever been the one that's making the excuse. We've all done it, right? Every single one of us. Excuses sound best to the person that's giving them, right? Because you can hear somebody else's excuse and you can be like, y'all, like, I'm sorry. Like my sister-in-law tells everybody, put in your earbuds and listen. That's all it takes, right? The process is not hard. Like Allie said, the system is not hard. But what ends up happening is that we get stuck in cheerleader mode. And here's what I mean by this. Do we love cheering people on? Yes, 100%. We love cheering people on, right? When people are having amazing success with the products, it's super easy to be like, girl, I'm so proud of you. Way to take that pink drink. You lost 5 pounds this week. Your joints aren't hurting. You got to go out and have a really nice restaurant at a meal, or a meal at a restaurant without running to the bathroom. Those moments are fun, right? But what happens when somebody comes to you and they're like, oh, yeah, I know I really said that I want the business, but this week is just really hard and I haven't had a lot of time. And then what do we say back? Oh, it's okay. There's another meeting on Monday night. How about you show up for that? Or somebody comes to you and they say, oh, I couldn't take the products last night. Like, I was traveling all week. I haven't taken the products this month. So I need to push back my subscription because I didn't get to stay consistent. And then what do we say? Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'll help you push back your subscription. What date do you want it set for? And then we never help them dive in to the hard stuff Because what is it? It's uncomfortable. It's those moments when we're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to ask them what's going on in their life. I don't want to have to do X, Y, and Z. But it's in those moments that we have to dive into the system, right? It's in those moments that we are failing them if we are simply a cheerleader. But we think in our minds that we're doing the right thing. We think in our minds like, oh, I'm helping them. I'm pushing back their subscription. I'm helping them because I'm just like understanding life. Y'all, when somebody comes to you and they say that they don't have time to work this business, you need to be straight up with them, and you need to have the hard conversation that the reason that you need this business is because you don't have 20 minutes a day to make your dreams come true, right? That's when people need it even more. And if you're not willing to tell them that, I'm going to be real bold with this. Don't share it with them in the first place, because that's what gives network marketing a really bad rap, guys. When we're not willing, and I want you to scream this from the rooftops, but I want you to have the belief beyond belief. When somebody comes to me and they're like, yeah, products didn't work. I'm like, yeah, nope, you didn't work, right? You didn't work. Because the products work. I can show you 1,000 testimonies right now where the products have worked. Let's dive into this. And then you go back to the system that Allie just shared and you say, remember at the beginning, you told me that you wanted the moments with your kids. You told me that you wanted to wake up in the morning and you didn't want to have a headache all day. How's that working out for you? Did you stay consistent with your products? Did you drink your water? Remember when I asked you, and this is why follow-up is so dang important. Did you drink your water every day? I noticed the last time that we talked about that, you didn't really give me a straight up answer. It's okay if you fall back. But when you asked me for help in this, you got me, and I'm not giving up on you. Can we just hop on the phone and have a 15-minute conversation and come up with a schedule that works for you? Y'all, don't shy away from those conversations. I have an amazing girl on my team that hates the phone, super introverted. Her team is flying right now because she got over herself. She started having those crucial conversations with people and showing up despite what she didn't love. And you know what? The things that you don't love, the things that you are shying away from can 1000% become your greatest asset and your greatest contribution to what you are bringing to the table in this. 5 years ago, I never thought these products would work. I was never going to tell a person. And I fought it tooth and nail, told people I was never, like, don't message me. I'm not doing this. Y'all, you're one conversation away from, my team hears me say this all the time. You're one conversation away from a completely different business. You're one conversation away from a ripple that will impact thousands if you are willing to have it. So I know it's almost 9:30. Here's what I want you to do, call to action. Those people that maybe have been giving you excuses, are you being their cheerleader or are you championing them? There is a huge difference between that. Cheerleading is cute, right? It's the little girls out on the football field with their little pom-poms, and it's adorable. I don't want you to be adorable. I want you to be fierce. I want you to stand up for people. That's what we get to do every single day. And I promise you, those people that were ready to quit, those people that were ready to like walk away and never do the products again, and you were willing to have the hard conversation, they will come back and they will be your biggest victory every single time, if you are willing to show up for it. And I love what Allie said. Every single person, when that happens, when the system happens happens the right way wins every single time. Every single person wins. And don't you dare, and I will end with this, don't you dare think for a hot second that you've messed it up. If you've been here for 5 years, if you've been here for 10 years, and you haven't been showing up for those hard conversations, start today. Message somebody and be vulnerable with them. You know what? You came to me with this, you trusted me with this, and I didn't shoot it to you straight. Give me another shot at this. I still see your posts. Give me another 60 days. Are you willing to show up with me and have the hard conversations so that we can tackle this together? Because it's worth it. I promise you, it is worth it.
Good gracious. You said something on here. I have to write this down. I kind of worded it this way. The things you're avoiding can become your greatest assets. And isn't that hilarious that the things we don't want to do are actually probably the things that are going to move us the most forward? So here's what she did. She gave you a call to action. And I imagined you hearing it when it said, go to the people that have made excuses and decide if you're going to be their cheerleader or their champion. And I imagined you all saying, but I don't want to be pushy. And I don't want to sound like I'm like pressuring them. And I get that. And so I want you to really think about this. Have you ever felt like someone gave up on you? Have you ever felt that feeling where it was like you were just so easy to let go? Whatever that was, think about what they could have said to you that would have made you feel like you were still in the ring. Okay. I've had people do this. I had a trainer and she was, man, she could be tough, but I respect her and I genuinely feel like she loves me and because she held me accountable. So if you can say to somebody, look, I'm going to say the hard thing. I am seeing you give up on yourself and I don't want to stand by and watch that. Of course, it's your choice, but I don't want to watch that. I want to help push you to greatness. And then think about this too. Would you regret more if they say, well, forget you and your little dog too, and they quit? Would you regret that more than months down the road, their health continues to decline, they continue to struggle, and you weren't the one that kept them in the ring? Like, which one would you regret more? And then imagine if you do say the hard thing and later on they say, if it weren't for you, I would have given up. So these are all life lessons. This is all part of personal growth. There is an art to it. I don't want you going to them going, you turn off your subscription and you're just a quitter. Like, I don't want you saying that. There is a way to say it, and I would encourage you to practice it. What a good night. Okay, so next week we're doing the art of follow-up, and we have got two of my favorite ladies, Tabitha and Deb, are so incredible at follow-up. If you have any struggle with going back to people that keep saying no to you because you're like, hey, nice t-shirt. Hey, how's your weather where you live? Like, if you're struggling in that area, this is the call you need to be on. So next Monday night at 8 o'clock, Allie, Brianne, amazing. I'll post the recording as soon as I upload it to YouTube. I appreciate all of you. And I love that there were 100 people on tonight. That is the best. All right. Happy Monday night.